Why can't I create a bootable USB with my ISO file? Have you ever tried copying an ISO file straight onto a USB drive and wondered why it just won't boot? Creating a bootable USB isn't as simple as dragging and dropping files. It involves more steps to make sure your computer recognizes it as a bootable device. The ISO file is a complete image of a disk, containing all the files, system information, and boot data needed to start an operating system. When you just copy the ISO to a USB, you're only copying data, not setting up the drive to boot. Think of it like copying a book instead of printing a new one with the right cover and pages in order. You need special software to turn that ISO into a bootable drive. Programs like Rufus, Windows Media Creation Tool, or Etcher are designed for this purpose. They extract the ISO contents and properly set up the USB's boot sector and file system. Without this, your computer won't recognize the USB as a boot device. Another common problem is formatting. Your USB must be formatted correctly before creating a bootable drive. Most operating systems support FAT32 or NTFS formats. FAT32 is compatible with most systems but can't handle files larger than 4 gigabytes. NTFS supports bigger files but might not work with older BIOS systems. If your USB isn't formatted properly, the creation process can fail or the drive won't boot. The ISO file itself can also be a problem. Sometimes the ISO is corrupted, incomplete, or not meant to be booted from. Always verify the ISO's integrity by checking its hash or downloading it from a trusted source. If the ISO isn't bootable, no software can make it bootable afterward. Your computer's firmware settings matter too. If your BIOS or UEFI settings don't prioritize booting from USB, your system won't start from the drive. You might need to change the boot order or disable Secure Boot. Secure Boot is a security feature that prevents unauthorized boot sources, so turning it off might be necessary. Different operating systems and their installation media requiring specific configurations. For example, Windows installation media often support both BIOS and UEFI modes, but Linux distributions may need special settings or tools. Make sure the tool you use supports the mode your system uses. Lastly, the USB drive itself needs to be in good condition and large enough. Modern operating system installers usually need at least 8 gigabytes of space. If the USB is faulty or too small, the process may fail. Using a high-quality USB with enough capacity makes a big difference. In summary, creating a bootable USB from an ISO involves using the right software, formatting the drive correctly, verifying the ISO file, adjusting your system's boot settings, and ensuring the USB is in good shape. If any of these steps are missed or done incorrectly, your USB won't be bootable. Following these guidelines will help you get your system ready for OS installation or repair.